What is up, everybody? This is Lyle with No Hippie Trucking and Transportation, and I am back on the truck after being home for about 7.5 days, let's call it. And two things I always think about when I come off the road is, damn, I wish I could take a few more days off. And then two, man, that trailer looks like extra long when I come off the road, man. That trailer looks like it's 100 feet long. So anyway, those are the things that come to my mind when I'm about to get back out on the road. I'm just waiting for a load. My dispatcher just asked me if I was ready to roll. I made it a point to let him know that I picked up a trailer, so hopefully I won't get one of these little, local loads where they're like, this is to get you a trailer type situation. So we'll see about that. One thing that people always talk about in leasing is being in the hole. Now, there's various different reasons why you could end up being in the hole. I got in the hole for a second because a deer hit me, then a car hit me, and then I had to go get the work done on the truck. So that's a different situation. That just comes along with leasing in general. But people talk about being in the hole coming off of home time, and you know what you need to do? You need to embrace that negativity. You need to embrace being in the hole. Hold on a second. Truck drivers always want to run their mouth over some dumbass shit. So, embrace being in the hole. Listen, if you show me a truck driver that's not in the hole when they're leasing, I'm going to show you a truck driver that ain't going home or doing nothing. So, I just look at it like a challenge. You know what? Payday's coming out. I'm going to be, in the negative as soon as it comes out. You know what? Let's get out of that hole. How are we going to do it? All this kind of stuff. Now, it might be a little bit harder for me to do this time because I'm going to be headed to Springfield. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to get routed directly there, if there's going to be a load and then another load. I'm not sure how that's going to work, but however it works, it's probably not going to cover me being in the hole. Then I got to go out there, get my APU service done. So let's say that takes, a half a day. Let's call it a day. Then I got to get my new co-driver situated in here, get everything set up, buy a refrigerator, because we're going to be doing it hippie now that there's a couple of us in here. So buy a refrigerator, mattress, all that kind of stuff. And then there's a campaign or something on this. And for you non-truck drivers, it's basically a recall on the truck. I'm not exactly sure what it was. I can't find it anymore. So I may end up having to talk to the Peterbilt rep when I go in there. So that could take some time. So we might be looking at a couple weeks, maybe even, I say a couple weeks to get out of the hole. But you know what? It ain't no thing. We're going to embrace this. Because once this is all over and we're teaming, we're going to be rolling. So anyway, that's about it. Just sitting up here at the Denver yard. And one thing that, first of all, I want to give props. The person that dropped this trailer at the yard probably is never going to see this video, but I got to give props to the driver that dropped off trailer 190159. Man, this thing was full of fuel and it was clean. Listen, it don't get no better than that. The only thing that could have made this better was if this was a 2000 series trailer or something like that. But hey, after some of the trailers I just got done with, I'm gonna embrace this one. Hopefully no dropping hooks or anything like that. Hopefully I get to ride this one out. Anyway, that's about it. I keep talking about wanting to get home and do more cooking videos from my barbecue and cooking channel. Definitely wanted to get some barbecue on there, but man, I just started looking at going out there in that hot ass sun and dealing with all that, and I was like, nah, we're gonna keep this indoor. So I did a Salisbury steak video. That was one of them. And then I did kind of, I would say more along the authentic lines of a pasta carbonara. That was the bomb. As a matter of fact, at some point I'm going to come out with the I don't know if I can make that completely vegetarian, but I know I have a few vegetarians actually that watch my cooking channel, so I might go that route. Speaking of vegetarians and hippies that watch my cooking channel, April, Pedestrian Hippie, if you happen to be watching this video, just wanted to give you a special shout out. She was one of my first subscribers on my cooking channel. I think right now I'm like 41,000, maybe 40 or something like that. But she, while everybody else was out there, didn't know why I called my channel No Hippie, but everybody was complaining about my channel and all this kind of stuff, and she was one of my first subscribers. I think I had like 35 subscribers or something like that, and here is a hippie vegetarian subscribing to my channel. So anyway, side note. So anyway, I was hoping that you guys might hear my Qualcomm going off assigning me a new load in this video, but that doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Listen, if you guys are still watching this, and I guess you heard me just say that, you're still watching it. This lease situation, I love it, okay? Now, I think my situation might be a little bit more unique, but I've kind of been going back and forth between should you have some money going into lease and should you not, because I don't want to discourage some people, because in business, you're always going to have some risk. Now, limiting that risk is a good thing to do, so I would encourage to stack aside a little bit of money, but just don't want everybody to see the good side about leasing. And I bring up the bad stuff too, obviously. The deer hit me, car hit me, all that kind of stuff. And then I think I did a video where I was sitting at a shipper for 24 hours and all this kind of stuff, and it wasn't the fact that I was sitting there for 24 hours, because I'll take that free money any day. It was that they didn't tell me. They actually had me dock and then just closed down the entire place with no facilities, nowhere, anything like that. So good thing I'm good at holding on. My point is, there's another YouTube channel by the name of Trike Rider Trucking or something along those lines. Curtis Barnes, Trike Rider Trucking, something like that. Anyway, check him out. He's kind of been going through it a little bit these last couple weeks, so I want everybody to know, the opposite side of leasing, that it's not all about, it's not all, peaches and cream or whatever they say, unicorns and rainbows, all that kind of stuff, but as I was telling him on the phone the other day, when you get to a position where you're able to look at things a lot more long term, it kind of will level things out for you. Anyway, that's about it. Just wanted to give you guys a shout out before I get back on the road. Did speak to my co-driver yesterday to kind of coordinate things, and actually looks like he's in Denver right now. He is well, not in Denver, he's in Loveland, Colorado, dropping off the same place that I dropped off on the load that brought me home. Nice little shipper, unless you get that in dock. That's a kind of hard situation down there. Anyway, I want to thank you guys for stopping by No Hippie Trucking and Transportation. Like I said, I'm going to be at the terminal, and I want to share some of this goodness. I kept mentioning it before. We helped out a driver. He got back on his feet, sent me back a few $100s to pay it forward to some other drivers, so I'm still trying to figure out a way to do that. I'm not sure if it's just going to be all about just trying to find somebody in need. I may go about that route first if I run into the right people at Prime. If not, we might come up with a fun way to distribute some of that. Anyway, I'll be thinking about that. Thanks for stopping by No Hippie Trucking Transportation. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.